Hey guys, I'll try to be quick as I can because I'm also watering the garden. You can see my eggplants. They're so cute. And some of the cucumbers are coming out. Yay. But here, sorry, it's windy. Here's the situation. This past Saturday, we went to my fifth grader in elementary school to compete. So all kids from the prefecture gathered together in this one stadium in a distant city, and so they were competing for different things and track and field stuff. Like he competed for 100 meters, like speed, and then there were hurdles, 80 meters with hurdles. They were throwing this thingy that looks like really funky, gummy thingy far away. And they also had the run, jump and step on this board and jump into the sand. Long jump, what is it called? And then they had the one with the you run and you jump over a board, over a stick. That one, whenever I looked at the kids doing that, they always got the bar down, but I don't know. I remember my coach when I was like, 7th grade, middle school. I remember my coach was like telling me that I have the potential. He trained me to do that. I abandoned all that stuff, but I loved hurdles. So I'm gonna tell a little bit of background about me, so you know what my kid is like my offspring, right? I trained hurdles 100 meters. I trained hurdles 300 meters, like a few laps around the stadium. I trained 300 meters without hurdles and 100 meters without hurdles. I trained the high jump and basketball. And so that's kind of person I used to be. And so he is very athletic. Unfortunately, he doesn't go to field and track practices as an extra curriculum. Like, he goes to piano, he goes to martial arts instead. Those paid extra things. Like today's Monday, and Mondays it's their piano lessons. And he honestly wanted to quit it, but I told him that piano is like basically a different language. So you learn to read notes and you create music, by practicing. It's amazing. So he stayed. I said, you will regret it. One day you'll regret it if you don't do that. Because if your parents can pay for you to go, because when I was little, nobody had money to pay for me to do that. I was really sad I couldn't play piano when I was little. But I went to choir, so I was in the city choir. But anyways, but enough about me. So we go to the stadium, and so it was three people from his class, and it's a small school, very small school, small grounds, and they don't even have like in their grounds a place where they can practice for 100 meters. You know what I mean? They have 50 meters, and then they don't have like a straight line in their schoolyard where you can practice 100 meters length run. And so they do practice. They do have like PE activities after school for a little bit. So he comes home late. 5th and 6th graders do. But up until the end of it, and when we were in the car going home, is when I realized that he was never actually trained properly to go and run there. And so I was like, so why do they send him, why do they send him to do that if he's not trained properly? Like, usually if you go to compete for something, you train yourself, like you practice at least. And so so what happens is, like, him and his other two classmates, another boy and a girl, that are somewhat athletic, I feel like, I don't know, so my boy finished, and they split the kids in 17 teams, like randomly from all schools of the prefecture, fifth graders, boys. And so my boy was in the last team, and the other boy was in two teams before him. So they're like all randomly put. And so the other boy, he finished second to the last of 9 people. He was number 8. My boy finished also number 8 out of 9 people. And the girl that is super tall and super athletic, she finished last in her team of girls 5th grade. And so, but then notice this. And then there was another representing person of my kid's school, and it was a 6th grader boy. Now I'm not sure when he started, how many years he's been training for it, but he ended number 1 in his team. But he had been training for track and field, like his parents pay for that, and he goes. And so they teach them techniques. They train your body in a way that you can endure, and they're tricks that I saw them using, and those tricks, because I remember when I was training too. But my boy doesn't know those things, and he was not trained for that. So he basically went. It's like you go to compete in a cooking show and have no idea what ingredients to put, and it's like that. Or like you go to compete with to make I don't know, whatever, and you have no idea how to do it. That's kind of like how I felt like, and it was like. And for people here, it's like totally fine. They don't really care. It's like, oh, it's fun, good experience for the kids. I don't think so. And then husband tells me, yeah, let's not focus on the negative, and let's just let him have a good experience. Like, it was great. And I was wondering why him and the other boy and the girl were like towards the last people, and like I was like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they're good kids. They practice at school after school. They never train for 100 meters. They don't know. Like, my boy is number 1 in the marathon all the time. Like, he has the stamina to endure. He doesn't get tired easily, so that's a good thing. But if he was to train the speed for 100 meters, he would do it. He would be like first, second, or third, no problem. And for his age, his speed for 100 meters is not bad at all. It's just some other kids are like really fast because they trained for that. And then there were like no trophies, you guys. There were no trophies, no everything was just like go represent your school kind of thing, and see your capability or whatever. It was just like staying there whole day. We had to be there. We were required to be there at 11. We arrived there at 10 because it's a different town, and we're 7 people in the car, and we arrived there at 10:02. And we left at 3:30 p.m. right after he finished his. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And those little twins running that stadium up and down those stairs and those benches, and usually how stadiums have like covered the place for the people to watch, and just the green grasses uncovered. Yeah, this place is no covered. Like, the only on one side is covered, semi-covered, and on the other side where we were waiting for our turn, everything was like outside or out on the blue. And so yeah, and it rained a little bit at some point too. So it was just so frustrating, and I really hope my boy doesn't make out of this like a bad experience, because to be honest with you, I wouldn't send my kid to compete for something that he's not ready for, or he hasn't even prepared for, or he didn't. I don't know what those teachers were thinking. I'm not really happy about it. But this is how Japan works, you guys. This is how it is. You just go and see and enjoy and have fun. I wish I could stay home, actually. If I knew what it would be like to change babies' diapers with both pee-pee and poo-poo like multiple times without a changing board, and those babies learn to balance very well while I was changing them. And so yeah, that's very interesting. I was like blown away. I was not happy about it, and I think he's just a good soul, so he's gonna just let it over under the bridge and just forget all about it. But next time when something like that comes, he'll be like, no, I'm not gonna go, kind of thing, because he knows that he is not properly prepared for that, and it's just really not there. I mean, really, it's not there. And then notice how the boy that was practicing that for years, the sixth grader, he was number one in his team, and now I was like really proud of him. I was like, yay, one, and one person did it. And then I talked to my friend who was teaching in the junior high here, that my boys will eventually go when they finish their elementary school. Sorry, there are mosquitoes everywhere. She was teaching English there for years, and she knows the older sisters of that boy. And she told me that family particularly, for them is like almost like competitions and stuff like that. It's like death and life and death kind of like thing. You have to win or else, because they paid for a lot, and they invested a lot for those kids, his older sisters and him to go and do that. And I was like, interesting. Okay, so it makes sense. Like, so they're like kind of like pushy parents, really pushy. And so I was like, okay, thank goodness my boy doesn't have like that kind of parent. At least I'm not like that. I did push him to go, because honestly I thought it's going to be a good experience for him, but I swear I didn't know that he was not trained for that. It's just so ridiculous. Sorry guys, I'm just washing up here. There are moles under, so the water disappears. Those are my tomatoes, are kind of like late tomatoes I planted later because of various reasons. So let's see if they're gonna make it or not. You cannot really see them much, but anyways, and yeah, so that's that. And the second story is from fresh from today. I'm just amazed of how interestingly, annoyingly interesting things work, or I would say don't work in a relationship. It's very interesting. It's like one of the boys forgot his bottle at school, at home, and I know he has swimming today, so he will need his bottle of water, because nobody drinks the water from the faucet in the schools, and they don't do that. Everybody brings their own drink. And so yeah, so I loaded got ready the twins, and let's go to the school and bring the bottle. And so their father was like, oh, I'll join you, I'll come with you guys. So I was like, fine. And so they walked, and it was fine. We went, delivered the bottle, and started walking home. And because it's hot, and it just feels like, when it's hot, how you just feel like, I guess you kind of like in the mood of traveling or planning to go somewhere, because it's just same old boring, and the weather is nice now. But there's still pandemic. There's still no there's no vaccinations yet open for the public here. I think they're now kind of like building facilities now where people are going to be vaccinated. I have no idea. Anyways, and so he's talking. I'm just listening. I'm like, let's see what gems are going to come out. Soon enough, the gems come. Yeah, this summer we cannot really go to Bulgaria because pandemic and blah blah blah. And maybe we can go to Bulgaria next summer, and then the following summer we can go to Hawaii. And I'm like, okay, so it's all planned out already, I guess. It's just it's just suggestion. Like, yeah, it seems like it tends like all the suggestions become like reality usually, and in this family that's how it works, and the rest of us, we just follow, unfortunately, and that's how it's been set from the beginning. And so yeah, and let's be honest, I don't think we can afford buying tickets for so many people and traveling and covering like rental hotels and cars rental and whatever with only him working. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it is. I have no idea. How would I know? I don't know how much he makes and everything. Nobody shares with me any financial anything. So there you go, strawberry. And so yeah, and then he goes, I'm used to this kind of talk. So now I'm automatically I become the bad one that always steers the waters too muddy. I'm the problem always. Like, the wife is the one that so difficult. Like, he's trying his best to put all this family to be good, to work things out, and she's the one that always, like, steers the waters, make them really, 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 really muddy. It's just amazing to me how people can do that. It's amazing to me. I don't know. As if he's in a different country and nobody shares with him any information, and he's the one that receives allowance, and he's the one who bears children in different country. He's the one that got C-section and couldn't sleep horizontally for a year afterwards. He's the one who is going through all that. He cannot understand the people. He doesn't know the culture. Poor him. Seriously, and it's just amazing. And if I don't let it out right now, guys, I seriously am gonna explode, because this is coming to up to here, and I can only handle so much. And it's really sad, because and there is no normal conversation that can be carried on, unfortunately, because in all reality, in all truth, I think what happens to me is, like, every time when I hear something coming up, I just fume, because it's been so long, it's been so much, and it's been so many issues that haven't been resolved, haven't been talked about, haven't been changed anything for so many years, that it's like, whatever it's said, whatever is decided, I don't care. I don't be part of it. And the reason I go to places and do things is because for the kids. Otherwise, I don't want to be there. I really don't want to be there. And another reality is that from next year, when I start working again, there will be another paycheck coming to the house, right? Then we can travel again, right? Very convenient, because I'll be the one covering everything. Bye.